Welcome back, guys. We are now in part 2 of the white paper for Onyxcoin. Uh, we're going to break it down, like I said, in part 1, guys. A lot of questions. What is Onyxcoin? Are they affiliated with JP Morgan? And so much more. So we're going through the white paper. We're going to break it all down for you guys. So here's part 2. We are into architecture. So just a quick look over at Onyxcoin, guys. The time of recording, it's up actually 2 spots, ranked 556th, down 2.6%, $53.64 million market cap, 20182 is the current price. Great dollar cost averaging opportunity, guys. Fantastic. So let's get into part 2 here. Architecture. So and guys, by the way, we're breaking this down into segments because it's a lot to go through in one sitting. And I know that a lot of you guys don't want to sit through, 45-minute video going over the white paper. So we'll chop it up so you guys get little breaks in between and you can check them out, right? All right, guys. So part 2. The Onyx protocol is a platform designed with a fully decentralized architecture that operates on transparent, open, and trustless peer-to-peer smart contracts. Unlike traditional protocols that rely on centralized control, the Onyx protocol leverages the power of decentralized governance to ensure that all transactions are transparent, secure, and immutable. In order to modify the smart contracts that operate the immutable protocol, the Onyx protocol requires an on-chain governance proposal. This ensures that all changes to the protocol are done transparently with the support of Onyx stakers and without a threat of centralized control. The architecture is described in details below. Collateral. In a decentralized lending protocol such as Onyx protocol, collateral plays a crucial role in securing loans and enabling credit lines. Every supported digital asset on Onyxcoin can be enabled and to become collateral, which activates an algorithmic credit line based on the aggregated value of the collateral and their respective collateral factors. When a user deposits digital assets onto Onyx and enables them as collateral, the assets are evaluated based on their aggregated value and collateral factors, which determine the maximum credit line that the user can access. The collateral factors are determined based on the risk profile of the digital asset and liquidity of the asset in the market. The algorithmic credit line is designed to ensure that users can access credit based on their collateral value, while minimizing the risk of default. This enables users to access credit without the need for traditional credit checks or underwriting processes, making it a more accessible and efficient option for borrowers. Deposit yields. Deposit of supported digital assets onto Onyx protocol enables users to receive yield, APY, based on the yield curve deployed for the specific digital asset and additional yield in APR of Onyxcoin XCN, depending on the reward speed set for the specific market. The yield that users receive is entirely algorithmic and automated based on 3 factors. Firstly, the yield curve parameter and kink determine the kink. I said kink. The yield that users receive. Secondly, the amount being borrowed and utilized against available liquidity is another crucial factor that influences the yield. Finally, the reward speed set for additional incentives through XCN plays a critical role in determining the yield that users receive. The Onyx protocol's algorithmic and automated system ensures that users receive a fair and transparent yield based on the specific factors mentioned above. Borrow yields. The interest rates for borrowing supported assets is determined through a process that is analogous to the determination of the deposit yields. The borrower will primarily be paying interest to the protocol. The interest rates for borrowing non-NFT assets will be computed by reference to the yield curve for that market. The kink will be determined. The kink will determine the level of variable interest that the borrower will be required to pay for a specific asset, with this variable being compounded per block. The level of utilization will then determine which part of the yield curve applies, and thereby the final interest rate required for borrowing the cryptocurrency. The Onyx Liquidity Protocol Incentive Program is designed to provide rebates to users to offset the interest rates that they must pay to the protocol in the form of liquidity mining. By this mechanism, users are incentivized to participate in the lending protocol and thereby contribute to the utilization of the supply market, creating yields. Credit lines. The provision of a credit line is an automated process that is triggered once collateral is enabled, and this is dependent on the available liquidity on the platform. The credit line is designed to allow users to borrow either Ethereum or ERC20 tokens, including USDT and or USDC. Essentially, the borrowing process opens up a perpetual loan that does not require any monthly payments, nor has an expiration date, to ensure that the user is aware of the interest payments. It is a compound per block and subsequently added to the required debt repayment. Where are we at? 6.5 minutes. In terms of interest rates, the specific rates for borrowing different assets are determined by the asset's yield curve, base rate, and utilization. As such, the overall borrowing rate is determined by the interplay between these different factors. The credit line is determined and changes if the supplied collateral asset price fluctuates. Reserve factors. The reserve factor is essentially a percentage that is determined by the Onyx DAO and is set on support market that has borrow capabilities, which accumulates a reserve for the protocol to ensure platform security. For instance, the reserve factor is typically set for 20%. This implies that when the user borrows Ethereum at an interest rate of 10%, 2% of the interest is paid to the protocol, while the depositor earns the remaining 8%. Overall, the reserve factor is designed as protection for the decentralized lending protocol, and its percentage is determined by the Onyx DAO. This feature ensures that the protocol earns a percentage of the interest paid by borrowers using the platform, while depositors receive the remaining interest. Supply and borrow caps. Each market is protected through an implementation of supply and borrow caps. The supply cap is essentially the maximum limit on the number of units that can be supplied to the protocol. Typically, this cap is added to assets that have high fully diluted valuations or coins that exhibit a lack of liquidity, which in turn requires high risk margins. The supply cap serves to prevent oversupply of assets, which can lead to market instability and other undesirable outcomes. On the other hand, the borrow cap is set to protect the platform from abusive borrowing activities that have a potential to compromise governance models or other security risks. Parameters that are decided by the Onyx DAO. Essentially, the borrow cap is designed to limit the amount of assets that can be borrowed from the protocol to ensure that the platform remains stable and secure. By implementing both supply and borrow caps, the decentralized lending protocol can efficiently mitigate risks associated with market instability and potential assets on the platform's governance models. So that is it for part 2, guys. Next video, part 3, will be consensus, and we will get into that one probably tomorrow. So as always, guys, if you appreciate us doing this kind of thing, click the like, click the subscribe button, guys. We want to get XCN content out there to the masses. We got to feed the algorithm here, guys. So like and subscribe. Shoot me a comment down below. Click the join button, guys, to support the channel. It definitely means a lot. Or jump over to the Patreon. The link is down below for that as well. All the support for the channel definitely helps, guys. Keeps us doing this kind of thing for you guys, answering the questions, breaking down the information you guys require on these projects. So definitely click the join, check out the Patreon, follow me on X, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you in part 3.